Let's unravel a common culinary myth. For centuries, the story has been told that the famed Venetian explorer Marco Polo discovered pasta during his epic travels through China in the 13th century, bringing it back to an astonished Italy. It's a romantic tale of adventure and discovery, one that neatly packages the origin of Italy's most famous dish. However, the historical record tells a far more complex and fascinating story. While it's a popular myth that Marco Polo introduced pasta to Italy from China, the truth is pasta, in various forms, was already a part of the Italian diet long before his return. In fact, legal documents and wills from that very era list pasta as a household possession, proving it was already known and valued. So, if not from China, where did it come from? One of the most compelling theories points south, to the island of Sicily. Between the 9th and 11th centuries, Arab traders and settlers brought with them a revolutionary culinary technology, the art of drying pasta. They introduced a food called itria, thin strands of dough made from durum wheat, a hardy grain that thrived in Sicily's climate. The key innovation was the drying process. This allowed the pasta to be stored for long periods and transported on long sea voyages, making it a perfect provision for sailors and merchants. By the 12th century, Palermo had become a major center for pasta exportation, shipping its dried goods all across the Mediterranean. This wasn't just food, it was a durable, transportable, and valuable commodity, but the story might go back even further. Some evidence suggests that the concept of mixing flour and water to create dough sheets existed on the Italian peninsula for millennia. Archaeologists have discovered tools in ancient Etruscan tombs that bear a striking resemblance to modern pasta-making implements. This civilization, which predates the Romans, may have been making a primitive form of pasta. Later, the Romans enjoyed a dish called laganum, which consisted of fried sheets of dough. While it was layered, much like modern lasagna, it was not boiled, which is the defining characteristic of pasta as we know it today. These ancient forms show that the foundational idea was present, awaiting the innovations that would transform it into a global staple. For centuries, pasta remained a relatively expensive food, enjoyed mostly by the wealthy. Its transformation into a food for the people happened in 17th century Naples. The city was facing a population boom and a subsequent famine, creating a desperate need for a cheap and filling food source. The solution came through technology, the invention of the mechanical press. This machine made it possible to produce pasta on an industrial scale, drastically lowering its cost and making it accessible to the working class. Soon, the streets of Naples were famously adorned with racks of pasta drying in the sun. The Neapolitans' diet became so centered around this food that they earned the nickname Mangia Macaroni, the macaroni eaters, a title that cemented the city's deep connection with its signature dish. Yet, one crucial element was still missing: the tomato. Introduced from the Americas in the 16th century, tomatoes were initially regarded with suspicion in Italy, grown as ornamental plants rather than for food. It wasn't until the early 19th century that the perfect marriage took place, when an inventive Neapolitan cook decided to pair pasta with a savory tomato sauce. This culinary stroke of genius transformed the dish forever. As Italians later emigrated around the globe, they took their regional recipes with them. From the dried pasta of Sicily to the industrial production of Naples and the eventual embrace of the tomato, pasta became more than just food. It became a symbol of home, a carrier of culture, and a delicious emblem of Italian identity cherished the world over. For more fact-filled videos, please like and subscribe.